Hey everybody. I got a different mic now. Well, it's our old mic, but a different connector. So let's see how that works. And my hair is wet. So it looks greasy, but it's not. It's wet. Anyway, tell me how the sound is. Give me some thumbs up or some frowny faces, because this is my old mic that always did well, but I got a different connector on it. So let me know how it sounds. Come on in here. This one I can't adjust on my watch, but sounds okay. I'm getting some thumbs up. This is good. This is really good. I'm excited. I got my iPad here handy. Liz is going to be feeding me questions because I got sidetracked. Well, not really sidetracked. Well, kind of sidetracked, but it was because Constant Contact, I was working in Constant Contact, and then they said they disabled my account, and I needed to call the compliance committee. FlyLady Laura was working too, and she's the one that sent me the notification, and it was not fun. I didn't get a chance to print it off, Liz, is the problem. So I don't have it, but if you'll send it to me in Slack, I'll get them one at a time, just one at a time, and I'll deal with them. So first, I have to be a tattletale because we are so typical. Things just, time flies. It really does. And the other day, my dear sister Patty got pulled over by a sweet, polite police officer who told her tag had expired on her car. And she said, well, I didn't get the notification. Well, guess what she has done now? She has put it on her handy dandy FlyLady calendar. And here's what I want all of you to do. I want you to walk out to your car, and I want you to look on your tag and tell me when it expires. So take the phone, go out there, and run out there right quick, and then I want you to write it in here when your tag expires. And then I want you to get it on your calendar to get it renewed, because you can usually renew it in the mail or online. So everybody go do that. I'll keep talking while you're going to check to see when your tag expires. Mine expires in June. So on the 1st of May, I start writing in, get my tag renewed, get my tag renewed, get my tag renewed. So, folks, handy dandy calendar keeps you from getting a ticket. Sister didn't get a ticket. September 2019. That's good. You just got yours renewed. Keep December 2009. Good job. Keep going. Now, driver's license are a different story. One time I went to fly somewhere, and this was a funny story. I may have already told you, but the guy behind the counter at the airport said to me, well, happy birthday, Marla. And I said, well, thank you. I had to hand him my driver's license. And he said, I got some good news and I got some bad news. The good news is you turned 50. And the bad news is your license expired yesterday. And I thought, oh no. Well, he said, but I got some more good news. The other good news is if you've got a car registration, you can fly on that. And I went back out to the parking lot, got my car registration, and brought it back in, and I was able to fly. But I couldn't drive when I rented a car. Anyway, I don't think that could happen now, but 2 weeks ago when I got my hair done, I got my star license, and to do that is in 2020 is when you'll need that. So I got mine. I got my, oh, somebody's had expired. Oh my, we're saving somebody some tickets. Thanks, Patty, for being a good example for us all. Wow. So everybody, let's make sure our tags are in good shape. And I'm trying to get back to questions. Liz is going to be posting questions on my iPad for me. And the main thing about it, when you get pulled over by a police officer and you don't know what you've done, and for me, I have a concealed carry permit. I don't always carry my gun with me, but I can if I want to. And I am to keep my hands on my steering wheel and not move, because when I give them my license, they're going to see that I have a concealed carry, and they're going to ask if I have a gun concealed. So I try to do everything the right way, and they teach you that when you are when you get your concealed carry permit. And always be courteous, and don't make any quick moves, because the officers are just as scared as you are. So folks, be kind, be courteous, and do what they say and answer their questions. And no flirting and no nothing, just matter of fact, and just be nice. Now, one other thing, folks. I don't know how somebody would listen to me in twice the speed of my voice. I know you can do it on Audible. You can increase the speed of a book. But I didn't know you could do it on YouTube and on Facebook. So if you're listening to me at a speeded up version, you are not getting my Southern accent. You are not getting the love that I have in my voice for you. It is being distorted by the speed. So stop it. Stop it now, and don't do that, because you're not really getting the true me. I got an email the other day that was hurtful, and she said she was never going to listen to me again, and then she realized that she was listening to me at twice the speed, and it had distorted what I had said, and I had apologized for it already. So folks, don't listen to me at speeded up versions, because it just doesn't work. And I'm working on the arrangements to get my new book, The Chaos Cure, recorded. And they said they could hire somebody to do the reading, and I said, oh, you don't want to do that. And they said, what do you mean? People do that all the time. They don't read their own books. And I said, my fly babies would be offended if I did not read the book to them. So do y'all agree with that? Give me some thumbs up if you agree with that, because that's how I feel. You would not like it if somebody else read this book to you. I tried to tell them. So I'm going to read it. It may take me a little bit longer because I'm not real good at reading stuff. But, so Liz, if you've got some questions up, copy and paste them into Slack. And we will get started. Oh. I got something else I've done. How many of you did your homework assignments yesterday? They were: declutter your freezer, declutter your pantry, and declutter your refrigerator. How many of you did that? It was Wednesday. That was the day we do it. But and I also told you that to take inventory of your freezer. And I have my inventory. There's my brother-in-law. I have my inventory. And this inventory is real important, because I'm going to be cooking out of this inventory. And Robert is so funny. He makes weird comments when he does inventory. He's got uncooked chicken gidgets. I was going to make a joke. I said, what's a gidget? He said, that's those breaded chicken fingers. Okay. Creamed corn tubes, 2 white, two golden. Cooked shrimp, 1 pound. And then he has chicken breasts. There's a whole drawer of them in my freezer. And I can't tell you what he said because there was an ugly word attached. But he says seasoned blank load. He's funny. So we got all kinds of stuff here. I got enough stuff to cook, probably 40 meals. I just empty out the freezer. Is inventory mean you write it all? Yeah, I wrote it down so I could make some cards up of some menus. I'm going to take some blank cards and do some menus. Good. That's great, Miranda. That's great. I did mine the other day. And somebody said, I don't know why people have to complain, but they just do. I guess it makes them feel better. That I shouldn't use the word hamburger. Well, we all know what hamburger is. And then somebody said, well, it looks like dog food. Well, yeah. Hamburger has always looked like dog food. And hamburger can be more than beef. It can be pork. It can be ham. It can be lots of things. I like to put together some Italian sausage and hamburger meat. And I mix that up to go in lasagna and Italian foods. So folks, it's all about not getting caught up in the names and complaining about something because you know what it is. If you want ground chuck, if you want a lesser grade of ground beef, then fine. I don't care. You know what your budget can stand. But get it cooked and in the freezer. I got 5 bags. Yes, some people use deer. Justin uses a lot of deer. They kill a couple every year and he gets it processed. And deer is really lean meat, so he has to put some regular hamburger meat with it. I am happy at my age of 62. So I am good with it. Really good with it. I don't get offended by my age. If it shows my age, then so be it. It is what it is. But I'm the one doing the show. And then, if you're going to leave a review for somebody, that's fine. But don't say I don't know what I'm doing. 1 million people pretty much love me. And we got 4.9 stars. Well, they don't do stars anymore. 4.9 points out of 5. And you got to leave something negative because you don't know what we do. We do behavior modification with email. And you know it works. It really does work. It will change your life if you will let it fly wash over you. If you will read 2 or 3 a day, you're going to start getting me in your head. If you watch my videos that I do every day, it's going to change your life because we give you simple little tips. We teach you how to make tiny habits and turn them into routines that will transform your home. And before you know it, you're going to have a house that blesses you, that blesses others, and that you're not stressed out in. It's an amazing way to live. It really is. So I'm still not getting any questions, Liz. So you're going to have to send, I don't know where you sent them. And I can't print them out because I got the printer right there, but I don't know, I can't do it while I'm talking. So send me some questions or give me some questions here. Has anybody got any questions? So y'all say a little prayer that Constant Contact gets their stuff straightened out, because they really kind of scared me and Laura big time. Me and Laura, we just, if you stop us from being able to send emails, we're totally, I don't know how to help you anymore. Okay, she sent me one on Slack. Let me get it up here. Slack. It's taking forever to load. Okay, I'm doing great with the daily missions, but I can't seem, this is good practice for me reading it, just so you know. I'm doing great with the daily missions, but I can't seem to put time towards some longer term projects that have been on my to-do list for years that don't need my immediate attention. Things like painting the hallway, ordering new carpet, power washing and sealing the fence, shopping for a new dishwasher. The list goes on and on. These get put off on a daily basis as there is always more immediate tasks to be done. Setting the timer for 15 minutes to paint just doesn't work. At least the chaos is under control, but these undones are way heavy. Any suggestions? Well, you're looking at all of them at one time. And yes, you can paint your hallway 15 minutes at a time. We have had testimonials to this. And let me tell you how you do it. You set your timer for 15, because I did my doors this way when I had to finish my doors after we put the new French doors in the living room. You set your timer for 15 minutes and you tape up the areas that need to be taped. The facings, the floor, the crown mold, the mold around the floor, the door facings, and you tape all that off. And then you rest. You may have blue frog tape on there for a day or two, but hey, make sure the paint that you purchased is the paint you want, and you got to have that in the house. And then, now here's the key that makes it easy for you. I want you to take a plastic bag and put over your paint roller pan. This makes cleanup a breeze. And then you take your paint roller, you set your timer for another 15 minutes, you take your paint roller and you just go right along with it. You roll for 15 minutes and you can probably get one wall done in your hallway. But before you paint, you may have to wash your wall. So before you even start to tape, you need to make sure, take a wet silver rag or purple rag and wash the wall down, or the chenille mop, and scrub the wall, because a painted surface needs to be washed first and then it needs to dry. And then you do the tape, and then you 15 minutes at a time, and clean up after yourself. If you have to stop in the middle of it all, you can wrap your paint roller in a grocery bag and put it in the freezer or in the refrigerator to keep it overnight. And you can paint that hallway 15 minutes at a time. Now, these big projects you've been putting off, ordering a dishwasher, that doesn't take any time at all. You know what you want, find a place that's got it, and get it coming to you. They'll deliver if you tell them what you want. If you need to go look at them, then next time you're running errands, go out and look at them. But put one on your calendar each month to get done. You can't replace the carpet and I couldn't. You might be able to, but you can't replace the carpet, get a new air conditioner, do power washing and sealing of the fence. Some of these things you need to hire done. And just, get it on your list. But right now, power washing the fence, it's going to be winter before we know it. So you need to that's probably, painting the inside of your house is something you can do in the wintertime, order, look at the weather and kind of make a list and put one on your calendar each month at the first of the month. And just focus on that one thing. Okay, that's one question down. Let's see what she's pinned right here. From Peggy. I'm using my rubber scrubber to brush my pup. Any tips on getting the hair out? Yeah, I do have a tip, but I don't have anything here to show you. You know those hair picks that we use to pick our hair? You can buy a pack for $1 at the dollar store. Use one of those to get the hair out. Comes out quite easy. If you get enough in it, it just pulls right out by your hand. And I actually run mine through the dishwasher sometimes. The ones, so I get it clean. Okay. There we go. Okay, what is the best fabric for a couch when you have cats? Oh, that's a tough one. I don't know that there is any good fabric for cats. I have a red couch and I have a white cat. So I ordered some new covers for my pillows. You don't have to buy whole new pillows because where are you going to put the old ones? Because you really like the old ones. So I just put a new cover over them. And I measured the pillow. I knew what size to get. And Robert said, where did we get these new pillows? And I said, well, we've had them for 5 days. He hadn't even noticed them. But I got a couple of extra pillow slips, and I got I got 4 new free pillows from the My Pillow dude, Mike Lindell. And so I gave Justin 2 of the pillows, and then I got 2 pillow shams, and I put those, and I'm using those as pillows on my couch. And then I've got the 2 smaller pillows, and now I've got 2 pillow covers that I put over the back of the couch, like what do they call those? Where you keep your hair from anti-macassar is an old lady term that our grandparents would have used. And so I put them over, and the cat won't lay on them for some reason. I don't know why he won't lay on them. And then at night I put the pillows all on the couch, and he's got one little place that I've left for him to lay on. Now he's taken over the puppy's bed. And now they lay together. It's the cutest thing you've ever seen. This dog and cat lying together on, it's just the funniest thing you have ever seen. Let's see if I got a picture of it. There's all my hamburger pictures. Oh yeah, I got a picture. Let's see if I can find a better picture. So the cat's taking over the dog's bed. Right there. And now the cat and the dog, well, that's not it. I don't want to do that. What did I touch? That went away. The cat and the dog got in the bed together. Isn't that funny? They do it every day. Every day. Oh, okay, so Liz has sent me some more questions on Slack. Okay, let's see what we got here. Tips for closet cleaning, changing out seasonal items. I don't know why I can't. Trying to find it. Let me get my magic wand here. There it is. Changing out seasonal items. How can I simplify our wardrobes, etc.? I like Rubbermaid bins. Let me see if I can reach this. I got it right here. I like these bins that are clear. They're made by Sterilite, I think. Anyway, you can see what's in them. And that's where I put my capris. I'll change out my capris in a couple of weeks. and I put them in one of these bins, and they go in my closet right there. And it makes it easy for me to know where they are, and I'll label them capris. And then, but a good way not to have to change out much is wear the same thing. I wear tank tops, I wear short sleeve tops, and I wear 3/4 sleeve tops. In the wintertime, I have long sleeve tops. I don't wear the long sleeve tops in the summertime. So I'll fold and put those away in one of those bins. I don't wear turtlenecks in the summertime. I put those in one of those bins. And you do it when the seasons change. So right now we should be doing that. Let's see what other question Liz has got here. Uh-oh, Siri popped up. Number 2. How can you motivate yourself to do your housework task when you also work from home and have trouble setting priorities? Would you share some tips? Okay, that's the next one. First off, you got to quit calling them tasks, because that makes us not want to do them. They're not jobs either. They're blessings. We bless our family when we do things in our house. And some days, I'm doing it 2 minutes at a time. Like I set my timer for the top of the hour. So if it's, 10:35, I'll set it for 24 minutes. When the top of the hour gets here at 11 o'clock, I get up and do something in the house. And you can set your timer for every 30 minutes and do that. And if you do 2 minutes every 30 minutes, your house is going to look great. Okay. Does the dashboard cover everything that needs to be done, or do you need to dig deeper to get all the chores lists to get everything done each day? I think you're thinking about things too hard. We have a reminder list at the bottom of our flight plan every day. And that reminder list kind of goes through your morning routine, your afternoon routine, your before bed routine. And you can take some cards, some little cards like this, and put your routines on these cards and stick them in a peanut butter jar that you've washed, run through the dishwasher. I've got another one right here that you can put them in here and pull them out and do them one at a time. Set your timer, and every 15 minutes do one of them. I automatically get up and get dressed to lace up shoes. I make my bed. My morning routine is set in stone. And I never lollygag around getting dressed. My reward is to sit down at my computer with my coffee and start my day. But I've already made my bed. I have to make my bed, or the little dog gets in it. So I have to make the bed. My clothes are laid out in my bathroom. I get dressed to lace up shoes. I swish and swipe while I'm in the bathroom. I grab a load of laundry and put that in. Go downstairs. That gets one thing of steps going up and down. Then I go to the kitchen, unload the dishwasher. If I don't do it, Robert does it. And he makes me a cup of coffee. And I run the dust mop sometimes. Sometimes I run a wet mop. Sometimes I run a feather duster. It's just according to what day it is. And I get things done before I ever sit down. And then I look and see what time it is, and I figure out what the top of the next hour is. I set my timer, and I get up at the top of the hour, and I do other things that need to be done. You can make a little list and put them in a jar, kind of like our little owl jar. And you see the things that need to be done and just get up and go do them. And making it a game will make it fun for you instead of a task. Tasks aren't fun. Okay, so next, let me grab the iPad. Okay, how do you get going when a day seems particularly tough, even before getting up? Well, probably you didn't get enough sleep the night before. And if you can sleep in, do that. and then you'll feel better. But get up and just start moving. Say a little prayer before you get out of bed. Please, God, give me the strength to get through this day. And do that. And ask, God to guide your feet. It's just my niece was telling me about this the other day. She says, I dedicate my day to the Lord. And she says, and everything always works out. Everything always works out. So, folks, just lie there for a minute. Think about your day. Think about all the blessings you have and start looking on the positive side of things and get out of bed. It's not going to get any better staying in the bed. And if you're able to get out of bed, then get your butt dressed to lace up shoes and get going. No lollygagging around. Just do it. Somebody wants to know, will you share your biscuit recipe again? Okay, this is taught to me by my mother and father-in-law, Justin's grandparents, Granddaddy Ellie and Granny Elizabeth. And I didn't know a whole lot about cooking. I knew how to make spaghetti and macaroni and cheese and some different things, but I didn't know how to make biscuits. I didn't know really how to do a whole lot in the kitchen. And they taught me how to make biscuits. And I figured out a recipe for it. So I would use a half a cup of a good oil, a canola oil or a safflower oil or some kind of oil that's a really good oil. And then I would use a cup of buttermilk. It's got to be real buttermilk. And then I would use 2 cups of self-rising flour. So you stir the oil into the buttermilk, and then you add the self-rising flour and just stir it enough to get it wet, and then put a piece of wax paper down on your countertop. And if you want to keep it from sliding around, just put a little touch of water on your hand and smear it on the counter and put the wax paper down. And I use a tomato paste can, cut the ends out of both sides, and that's what I use to cut my biscuits. If you want a bigger biscuit, then use a bigger cutter. And just pat the dough out, sprinkle it with a little flour, and pat it out to the thickness you want. And then you put it in a cake pan or on a griddle or however you want to cook them. Oh, I think we just had a tree fall. I heard it. And you put it in the oven at about 450. Biscuits cook at a high rate, and they're done in about 10 minutes. And they're really good. Really good. Let's see if we got another question here. Okay, any tips on beginning a garage clean out? Don't do it. Don't pull everything out of your garage. That's just going to just drive you nuts and make you work too hard. I want you to look at one shelf. If everything's piled in the middle of the floor, then get rid of one box. Just do something every day in your garage to get it out of there. And donate as much stuff as you can, but don't donate your husband's stuff because you don't know what it is. So you've got to be nice. You've really got to be nice. I'm going to keep, for some reason, my thing quit rolling. Rolling. Now that's dating me. That's from Rawhide. Just don't think of the whole thing. That's our perfectionism when we do that. When we look at the whole house, we're not looking at baby steps. So if you want to clean out your garage this month, then go out there every day and get rid of one box, one bag of stuff, and put it in your car and donate it the next time you're out. And then you've made room on your shelves to reorganize things. That's not my cup of tea. Robert loves to do that. I don't like to do that, but he likes to get like items together. So we have our emergency stuff on one shelf, and that is an emergency tarp for our roof in case the roof gets shingles blown off of it. It's a tarp that's big enough to cover our whole house. We have ropes and bungee ties to be able to tie it down, and stakes all right there ready to go if we ever needed to do that. Now, we're blessed that we just got a new roof put on our house. Let's see what Joanne is saying. How do you teach a new puppy to come in when you call his name? I don't know. I have a bag of treats. Well, it's a jar of treats. And I have started shaking it. And you know she comes in when I shake the treats. And then you got to give her a treat. But she won't come in unless I shake the treats. We probably need to take... She's 10 months old, and we probably need to take her to doggy school. But Robert's too kind-hearted, and I'm not going to take the time. I'm not going to say I don't have time, but I'm not going to take the time to do it because she's got 2 acres fenced in, and I just throw her out. Now, Liz is pretty good at training dogs. Liz is real good, and I've been trying to get our gray kitty to come out, so I've been giving her treats. But you got to shake them. Those treats saved the kitties' lives one time. Would you mind sharing again the Bible app you use? It's Bible Gateway, I believe. Bible Gateway. And it'll read to you. It'll read you. Now, here's one thing I've been doing for about the last year. Is I read or listen to one chapter in Proverbs every day. Think about it. If today is the 11th, you read chapter 11 in Proverbs. And there is always a good lesson there. There's always a good lesson. And there's 31 chapters in the book of Proverbs. And it is just a wonderful book to begin your day. So I learned this from the Senate chaplain. His name is Barry Black. He is a retired Rear Admiral of the Navy. And he is an amazing preacher. I mean, I love to listen to him. I first heard him at the first prayer breakfast that President Trump had. And he did the opening prayer. And I looked him up on YouTube, and he's there. He's there lots of places. He prayed the other day during the Senate hearings. And I really like his messages. But in one of his sermons I listened to, he told how reading the book of Proverbs every day saved his life. And his mother was a single mom, and there was a lot of children in the family. And she paid them a nickel for every Bible verse they learned. And he said sometimes it was just Jesus wept, But he started learning his Bible verses, and they started reading Proverbs every day. Well, one day he read Proverbs, and I don't know which chapter it was. It might have been chapter 7, but it was a message about not going with friends who were going to do bad. And his buddies came over, and he lived in an inner city, and I don't know what inner city he lived in. I think it might have been Baltimore, Liz. But he lived in an inner city, and his friends were going to do bad. Both of them killed a man. And he had told them, he read that chapter, and he didn't go with them because he knew they were up to no good. He knew they were up to no good. And so reading that chapter every day, whatever day of the month it is the chapter you read. And listening to it is powerful if you're going to read it too. So having somebody read it out loud so the family can hear it. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful way to get a lesson, start your day off with something great, and just learn something. Learn something from the Bible. It's just wonderful. So thank you for that question. Let's see if there's another question on my iPad. They're wanting me to read the book off an iPad, and I don't know if I can do that. But we'll see. We shall see. It says that the pages don't make noise. I guess that's right. How fun is that? Okay. I noticed that many people suffering from chaos also forget to take care of themselves, especially moms. Would you please give us a 15-minute pampering assignment every day? Maybe on Sunday we could take a warm bath instead of a shower. Monday, soak our feet and paint our toes. Tuesday, use a face mask. Wednesday, take a walk, etc. Well, here's what I think you should do. Instead of me telling you to do that, then I want you to make a list of all the pampering missions. Make a list. You can probably find them on our website, but you know what you like to do. Paint your nails, manicure your fingernails. You know, I don't necessarily paint mine, but they do need to be trimmed and shaped up occasionally. Scrub your face. I got some astringent this week, and I'm going to be using that with our new little pink microfiber cloths we're getting in. But make a list of them. Put them in a jar. Where's my jar go? Make this a pampering jar. I got a little pamper box right here that you can come up with a bunch of things. Sugar scrub for your face, a bubble bath. Let's go over some of them. Oh, I got a bunch of them here. Okay, lotion on your legs. Take a walk. Call a friend. Let's see, what else? Soak your feet in vinegar, and you can also Listerine in there. Sit in a quiet place for 15 minutes. Put lotion on your feet. Do your hobby. Do you like a scrapbook? You know, whatever it is, do some of your hobby. These are empty. I'll put those right there. Sugar scrub for your face. Bubble bath with candles. I did that the other night. Robert had his philosophical society. So I got in the tub with a couple of candles and some bubble bath and some Epsom salt and just had the grand old time. Moisturize your feet. Make your bathroom a sauna. Take a break. Cuticle cream on your nails. Did you know if you don't have any cuticle cream, you can use chapstick on your cuticles? Olive oil works too. Make spa water for yourself. Have a picnic. Go for a run. Well, I'm not going to do that, but Tammy would. Go for a bike ride. I'm not going to do that, but my next door neighbor would. Go for a swim. Go for a hike. Yes. There, that's a bunch of things. And just put them in. Wait, let me see. I got some more here too. Pull these out. Music, upload, and dance. No, turn the music up loud and dance. A pamper mission, a spritz of perfume. Yep. Pamper mission, build a pamper bag. Oh, this is fun. Take a small bag. We've all got them. We got lots of bags we don't use. And put your favorite things. It's like a bag of your favorite things. Your favorite puzzle book. Your favorite book to read. Your iPod with some headphones. And just build yourself a pamper bag. So that when you do get a moment to yourself, you can open up that bag. And maybe you're going to put your little pamper missions in there and do one of them. Put some nail polish in there. Nail polish. Listen to a good book. I listen to 3 books a week on Audible. And they'll give you one. Listen to a book. Condition your hair. Coconut oil works good for conditioning your hair. 15 minutes of moisturizing your face. Coconut oil works for that too. Paint your toes. brush hair. If you've got long hair, brush your hair for 100 strokes. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, go outside and sit in a sunbeam. Listen to a book. Listen to good music. File your fingernails. Foot soak. Girls' night out. Epsom salt bath. Knit or crochet. Take a few minutes and just knit. I learned to knit when I was 10 years old. Scrub your knees and elbows with a purple rag. These are all empty. But just look how many I've got. Journal. Write in your journal. Watch a movie. I do that sometimes on Saturdays. Read a good book. Some of them are duplicated, but hey, that's okay. Don't have to be perfect. Look how many I've got right here. And you just put them in your little pamper jar, and you've got a way to do something nice for yourself every day. And that's one of the 11 commandments. So let's see. How do I motivate adult daughter living with me to follow? Oh, I gotta find it now. Well, I can't find it. But you can't motivate your adult daughter. If she's not willing to do her routines, then you can't make her. You can only tell her she's got to move out if she doesn't adhere to your rules. Have a family meeting and tell her that you're doing this new FlyLady thing and you need her to keep her room and her area, and just think of it as a housemate and just sit down the law. You know, if you've ever watched The Big Bang Theory with they're all real smart guys on that show, but he had a bunch of rules. He had a living together contract you had to sign, and you had to adhere to these things. I don't think it should be as difficult as Sheldon's, but you see what I'm talking about. You sit down and you come up with some rules. Her stuff can't be in the main areas of the house except right at the launch pad where she leaves to go to work. And if she doesn't have a job, I would encourage her to get a job. So let's see if Liz is loaded any more into the... There's not any more on our iPad. So there you have it. Lots of fun stuff. Oh. Let's see if I can get some more scrolling done, because I've lost... Let's see what this one says. I'm repeating this. How do I get rid of silverfish? I don't know what silverfish are. Are they like roaches or something? If you have dogs or cats, you need to do a Google search for it, but boric acid helps with some of those things. You make a mixture of, but I don't know what silverfish are, because I don't really know what they are, but I'll have to look that up. But if it's like a little water bug, or they come in bags of potatoes. That's why I always empty out my bags of potatoes, and then I wash them and then put them in my bin. There's my friend Donna. Hey, Donna. Do you have it? Yeah, Liz is asking, do you have any questions? I don't want any centipedes in my house either. Okay, folks. Y'all, you've got your inventories made. How many you did your inventories? Let me see some thumbs up if you did your inventories in your freezer. And I want you to take those inventories and I want you to plan out 7 meals with those inventories. Steps for writing a book. Well, you have to have the idea first. What kind of book do you want to write? You just can't start. When are the pink rats coming? Maybe by the end of October. That's what we're hoping for. But steps for writing a book. You have to have an idea. You have to have a plan. And my plan when I wrote Sync Reflections was 10 pages or 3 hours, whichever came first. But I had to be dressed to lace up shoes. And I had to have my morning routine done before I started. And I tried to start at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I would write till 11 because I still had other things that I had to do because I was a county commissioner and lots of good stuff like that. So I couldn't spend all day writing, which if you try to spend all day writing, it doesn't work. But with this book right here, I did it a little bit different. I had an editor, and my editor, we came up with the theme. We didn't come up with a name, but we came up with a theme for the book, and we came up with an outline, different topics, lots of small chapters, and she would send me 10 to 12 topics to write on, and I would put them on a little piece of paper, and I would put them in a jar, and I would pull one topic out at a time. And we didn't know how they were going to go in the book, but I would send them to her. And you could put them in a file, and then you put the file together with your different essays you've written. I wrote 300 to 500 words on each topic, and that got edited down. So it's a fun book. It is a real fun. I love it. I love it. I love it. I have an older control journal. Is it different from what is... I don't know where that went. It went away. Is it different from the new ones? Do I add the new on with that? No, they're the same thing. They're the same thing. Now, we have lots of free control journals in our control journal section. We have a little carousel on our website. If you'll just scroll one more time, you'll see all the control journals. And those control journals, there's everything from download your holiday control journal and, get that in your red office in a bag. Let's get that going because missions start Monday. You got it? Missions start Monday. Let's see what's pinned here from How to Avoid Seasonal Depression. Routines. Routines do more than anything to get you out of a seasonal funk. And see your doctor. If you know you go into a seasonal funk because of daylight issues, you probably are deficient in vitamin D. So go check with your doctor. Now, if you take a vitamin D3, you need magnesium with that. So check with your doctor and make sure everything's going okay. Do some blood tests and know where everything is. I have full spectrum lights in my house. I have a full spectrum light in my bathroom, which is where I get ready in the morning and get ready to go to bed at night. But I don't turn that light on at night because it's full spectrum. I turn on a little hidden light over my shower that's is subdued so I don't wake myself up. But having full spectrum lights around you is good. Yeah, we're out of the purple office in a bags, but they're coming. But we have red, black, and blue. And I like the red for the emergency journal and the holiday control journal. So get your holiday control journal downloaded today because we're going to start using it. You've already should have been using it. Just take baby steps. We get into these funks because we think we've got to do it all today. Guess what? Your house did not get dirty overnight. And it's not going to get clean in a day. Do you hear me? It didn't get dirty overnight. It's not going to get clean in a day, but if you take baby steps and establish these routines a little at a time, establish simple habits and string them into routines, it's going to change your life. Because when you piggyback a habit you're learning onto a habit that you have already established, it's a piece of cake. It really is a piece of cake. So folks, have some fun. Keep the people in Florida and Georgia and Alabama in your thoughts and prayers. This hurricane has run through. We got 4.25 inches of rain out of it yesterday. So folks, keep them in your thoughts and prayers. And, let's take care of ourselves. If we know we have a seasonal depression, then let's set a bedtime. Go to bed at a decent hour. Get up at the same time every day. Our bodies love this. Our bodies need it. It's consistency. And just stay focused on practicing one habit. How many of you shined your sink? How many of you have shiny sinks right now? That's where we all start. Yay, look at that. Shiny sinks. Those shiny sinks are going to change your life. Pick out your clothes for tomorrow. Get up, make your bed when your feet hit the floor, and just take care of yourselves. It is going to be amazing. And you're going to be able to get through the holidays and not be stressed out. I know it because I do it every year. So let's get ready for Christmas to get here without. And see, cruising through the holidays is all about pretending we're going on a cruise December the 1st. And you're going to be on this cruise for 3 weeks. And you're not going to get home until December 21st. Well, that's when Christmas starts happening. So we got to be ready before we go on the cruise. So we're going to take from October 15th to the day after Thanksgiving, which I think is the 23rd of November. Let me check. I think Thanksgiving comes early this year. Get the calendar out. Yep, 23rd of November is Black Friday. And so we're going to, right there, we're going to be through with the holiday missions by the 23rd of November. And it's going to be great. You're going to have presents purchased, wrapped, tree decorated, ready to go. Tree might not be totally decorated because decorating is part of the fun of the holidays. But you're not going to wait till the last minute. You're going to sort through your Christmas decorations. We're going to teach you how to do all that. And you're going to get everything done. And you're going to wrap things up one item at a time, not do marathon Christmas wrapping. And we're going to take care of ourselves. We're going to pace ourselves. We're going to utilize the basic weekly plan for the holidays. Got a frog in my throat. Monday is clean and flean. So we're going to get rid of some clutter and we're going to clean areas that we want to stay clean, because you've got parents coming in to stay with you and you got to get the guest room ready. You see, there's a method to my madness. Tuesday is plan and play. So let's get our holiday control journal. Let's write down the menu you're going to serve at Christmas dinner. If you've got a house full of company, then you need a breakfast, lunch, and a dinner. So let's start thinking about that. Then that's planning, and then we're going to play a little. So we're going to decorate and just have some fun stuff because we've got Halloween and Thanksgiving, and then Christmas and New Year's. So let's do a little bit each day to get ready for this. Wednesday is always anti-procrastination day. That's when we're going to wrap those presents and address 5 Christmas cards. 5. What's it take? You don't have to spend all day addressing Christmas cards. Just do 5 a day. Then Thursday is errand day. As we're out and about doing things, we're gonna pick up a couple items. Maybe you need a new extension cord, or you need some new white twinkle lights. Get them on your list. You're on your list of things to purchase for the holidays. Look in your control journal from last year and see what you're going to need to get because you wrote it down at the end of the year. Looking back at your old holiday control journal is a great way to see how you did things, because a lot of times we do the same thing. And then Friday is all about budget, because I don't want you overspending this year. I want you to stay within your budget. And if you want to make some gifts, then great. But don't overextend yourself. Do something simple, like put together different types of cookies, or bake. You can make your cookies now and put them in the freezer. And then you can slice and bake them like we do the Pillsbury ones. And it's quite simple. So folks, let's utilize our holiday control journals to get rid of the stress in our lives. I want you to have fun. I love you all. I will see you tomorrow. And, we can do this. We really can. Please help Vivian. Where's Vivian? What's going on with the control journal? Liz may have to contact her because I can't find it. It's too many of them. I love you all. I will see you tomorrow. Y'all have fun. Bye. I'm trying to